Hello, welcome to the New Stack Makers, a podcast where we talk about at-scale application development, deployment, and management. Microsoft is the sponsor of our podcasts and live streams from the Open Source Summit in Los Angeles, California. Learn more about App Service on Linux and Microsoft's journey as they continue their road to adopting and embracing open source technologies. Hey, it's Alex Williams of the New Stack at the Open Source Summit. I'm here with Ahmed Elnably. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Yeah, thanks for having me with you, Alex.
And you're with Microsoft. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Microsoft.
Yeah, so my name is Ahmed, and I'm a PM in the Azure App Service team. I mainly work on the App Service on Linux product and command line tools and our backup and restore story.
So what is App Service on Linux? Really, what is it?
It's really a fully managed platform to host your apps and your containers on Linux. So it allows you to deploy, run, and scale your web apps quickly and easily, and without even thinking about the infrastructure.
And it's available.
Yeah, actually, it's available right now. We announced GA last week, last Wednesday exactly, and you can go and try it in all regions.
So why should a developer care about this? What's the big deal here?
So the developer, they really need to develop quickly. They need to have the solutions built and deployed and scaled without thinking about the infrastructure. They don't want to maintain the underlying web servers or operating systems. When is the next patches or security updates? And Azure App Service as a whole delivers that experience. And we already have more than 1 million apps running on the cloud and over 15 billion hits a day.
Wow.
And yeah, almost 200,000 customers trust us with their apps. And we basically wanted to bring all these features to the Linux environment and enable more developers to use our platform and make their lives much, much easier.
Interesting. Do you guys try to strike a balance between Windows and Linux? Or how do you think about that relationship?
So they go hand in hand. We already had 5 years of experience with Azure App Service, and we know what works for developers that we have, and we want to bring that to the Linux. We may not be able to bring all features, but we'll bring the features that matter the most for our developers. And that's basically what we want to do. Our main goal is making the developers' lives easier.
What are some features that you really like? Anyone in particular?
Yeah, so I actually like what we did with our built-in images, where we added SSH support, and because when you are a Linux developer, you're actually get used to develop with have SSH and SSH into your VMs and so on. So we enabled that capability, and we even published an article how to add that to your own containers, so that whenever you deploy to our platform, you can have that capability out of the box.
Interesting. So what are the languages that are supported right now?
So right now, out of the box, our built-in images support is for PHP, .NET Core, Ruby, and Node.js. We'll try and bring more images and more runtime stacks. And at the end of the day, developers can always go check how we actually build our images, and they can go and fork it and build their own ones with their own dependencies or stacks even.
That's really important, isn't it?
Yeah,
Why is that important for you?
Because we can't support every single stack on Earth. Just for Node, you have Node 4, for Node 6 and Node 8, and .NET again 1.0, 1.1, 2.0, and the list goes on and on. It just, we have our own notions about what should be in these built-in images, but because we can't have everything, we choose the most popular. But then every developer has his own dependencies, his own requirements. So it would be nice if they can go and build their own and actually use it on our platform and just work.
It's fascinating to look at the history of containers and see how popular that they've become and how the promises are starting to be fulfilled that we heard about 3 or 4 years ago when the discussion started with this whole concept of the matrix of hell, as Solomon Hykes would once say. He would say it just was so complicated to think about all the different, components that you have in your stack, and the version control alone is quite complex.
Yeah.
And so now we have these capabilities, and that seems to me what's significant about Azure App Service on Linux, that now it's almost like you've had to create the matrix in some respects, those patterns and such, so you could have this uniform platform that developers could use without having to without having to think about all those complexities that they once did.
Yeah, exactly. And that's really what we're trying to do. Like, we try to give them the fastest way to develop their apps, but then when they basically advance their apps to the next stages or more advanced features, they can take control of what the service and the platform runs, like what requirements and so on.
So I asked this question of Julia. We just did an interview with her, and Adrian Cockcroft was such a well-known technologist. One thing he said to me once, he once talked to me about like filling up a balloon. If you squeeze the balloon, the air will just go to some other place in that balloon, right? Mm-hmm. So where is the complexity going now in the absence of this matrix of hell?
Well, we try not to have any complexities, so
But there has to be some complexities. The abstractions must be the complexities.
Yeah, so what we believe in is the complexity should be handled by the platform.
Right, and so the complexities have gone into the platform.
Exactly. We manage the matrix of hell.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's basically...
Yeah, that's your job.
Right. Exactly. Our job is to get developers out of hell, and we go there.
Great. I wanted to get back to kind of the particulars about the platform itself. And what version of Node.js is supported, and what about other versions?
So we have Node 4, 6, and 8, and a number of minor versions there. We try to support every single LTS minor version, but like again, the developer can bring whatever they want. Our images are open source. They are on Docker Hub and on GitHub, and they can go and see how did we develop our images, and they can go and create their own.
So how does Docker play a part here? What's the role of Docker?
So Docker, actually, we use it for our underlying infrastructures, and we use Docker to run these containers, whether they are built in or even the custom containers that we ask customers to build themselves. So we use Docker on all the VMs to run the containers, basically.
Okay. So let's talk about the Docker image then. So let's say a developer has a Docker image and they want to try it out. What should they do?
So we have like Azure CLI, where you can create your app from a command line. And basically you also have Azure Portal, or even you can go to our Try App Service experience and you can create your app there without even having a credit card. Just try it out and you see if your container, how it runs on the cloud in minutes. All you need is just an image name and a tag on Docker Hub, or if you have a private registry, just give us where is your image and we'll run it for you. You can even make staging slots to stage changes, and you can swap between them. You can easily set up custom domains. You can do also traffic routing between different slots, so you can do some sort of flighting for your new features, and you can even scale to different VM sizes. And right now you can scale just by sliding a slide bar, and you can also check how your images are running using SSH, or you can check the logs that's coming out of your container, and your app, basically.
Interesting. So going from here, what's then the next stage of development that you're looking at? What is it that, well, what's next for the platform? I don't want you to give away any secrets. I'm just curious on, like, what are those thematic trajectories that you're thinking about?
So we will definitely work on giving the developer more power and more insights of how their containers are running and how they are and why they're failing, if they're failing, and basically giving them an easy to discover way to get their logs, to troubleshoot their issues, and make sure that their containers are running as they intended to.
Okay.
And that's actually our main focus, and that's what we want to give our customers, because usually these are the things that bring a lot of pain to developers. Why my app or my container is failing, and if we don't give them that, that's
critical.
That's a failure from our side.
Well, Ahmed, thank you very much for taking some time to talk with me here at the Open Source Summit here in Los Angeles. Good luck with App Service on Linux, and we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Microsoft is a sponsor of our podcasts and live streams from the Open Source Summit in Los Angeles, California. Learn more about App Service on Linux and Microsoft's journey as they continue their road to adopting and embracing open source technologies. Listen to more episodes of the New Stack Makers at thenewstack.io/podcasts. Please rate and review us on iTunes, like us on YouTube, and follow us on SoundCloud. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.